Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, testing. Let me get it on this side, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, man. All right, this is what's up, fam. I'm just gonna give people some time to come in. I just had to speak on this. I saw a video and I mean, oh my God. You FBA dudes are just too disingenuous. And as the title say, you see the title, pick-me's and male groupies. You choose one. And we'll be back in a minute.
Marijuana by name, ganja flowing through my vein, going to my brain.
It's like this, it's like this. When you sleepy, I wonder why. You must be the high grade in your eyes. You look like you're about to fight. You high grade. I don't care what popular say. We're gonna burn it anyway. Black blood alone smoke a whole saute.
So me say ganja me smoke every day. 15, 16 spliff a day. Good purple skunk from me as say. Move out of my way, me make me weed entry. But I'm weed a bun more than a century. Go and farm a man, just go and farm me. And one ganja man, just go and plant it. Cause every time you do that, you do it for me.
When you look sleepy, I wonder why. You must be the high grade in your eye. When you look like you're about to fight. You is high
just got some smoking and take off your wings, youth man, and fly like a bird high in the sky, and let them know that you are conquering lion, coming from the tribe of Judah. Some back boys that don't have no roots and culture, leave them alone, them are gonna burn in a fire. Fire. I don't forget my consideration. I see it to die tonight. I don't forget my consideration. I see it to die tonight. If it wasn't for my foolish pride, baby, you'd be right by my side. And still I just can't deny that this should have been, could have been love. Alright, but I never promised you no roses. Valentine's chocolates and I don't think of cozy. Me don't hear about the talk, say you're the little things we don't. I know I recognize it, but I never meant to break your heart. Me heart broken on the process. I wish I never was so smart. The time has come to pass. Every moment I remember now I said right. Baby, I've been hurting inside ever since you walked out my life. And still I just can't hide that this should have been love. Alright, if it wasn't for my foolish pride, baby, you'd be right by my side. And still I just can't deny that it should have been, could have been love. Alright, could it have been the car when me drive? Or could it have been the herb machine no light? I threw me there a studio late at night, make you feel me I keep another life. Still you never stay, because I stay with it. I stay of emergency, because I stay with it. I stay, boy, no matter what is on the dream. Sirens from the street, police and so look on the CIA. Sirens from the streets that sees with. Sirens from the streets that sees. Police then so they on the steering wheel. Sirens from the streets that sees with. Just like mama cooking pot, TNT get hot. Sophisticated weapons get away from them black. Beat them lick a shot, giant and lick it back. Trade union workers, government, them attack. That cause a state of emergency. Because a state Because a state of emergency. Because it's negative, a state my love, in a BNC. Simon finally
television and religion are the tools of Babylon implement. Corrupting Jaja children, they are the reason we want Babylon from season to season. They run come for them and come make we chant him down. We pray power and sound. Jaja children, they are the reason we want Babylon from season to season. They run come for them and come make we chant him down. Pray power and sound.
And keeping it real. So we are live, we live and let's live. So we are live, I'm keeping it real. So real, yeah. So we are live, we live and it's big. As a man, you must be able to find work and put food on the table. There's no time to sit around to play the fool or be around. In the days of player haters, real hustlers and gold diggers. Now I've no time to watch the plays. Them kind of people don't have no place. I'm keeping it real. We live and let's live. I'm keeping it real. So real, yeah. We live and it's big. As we say, life's what you make it. You have a plan, you got to reach it. You work hard, you must get paid to live good for another day. Jesus, no bother with the tension, no bother with the stress. I said we ease up, we are deal with progress. Peace and love and happiness. I said we ease up, we don't need no commotion, cause everything is darkness. I said we ease up, no bother try to question me, and that is where I rest. Cause I remember when we Me used to run dance club and party. And outside of the club them teach them hostility. Them carrying that and we Rabba where we play a promise still down. The DJ round the mic and him a keep the place strong. Now father come here so like you are raging star. You can't bring that and we said to ease up. No bother with the tension. I say no bother with the stress. I said to ease up. We are dealing with progress. I said love and happiness. I said to ease up. We no need no commotion. Cause everything's got flex. I said to ease up. Nobody try to question me. That is where I'm next. I know the time is getting late. Like balance in the race. I try to get my children fed. Meanwhile my shoes are begging bread. Yes, I know them times are hard.
All right. I guess I can hear myself a little bit now. Y'all can hear me okay? Let me just hear myself a little bit because I'm going to touch on this for a short time. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I'm good. Oh my God. What? Let me get some hot cocoa. My throat feels dry. How y'all doing? People out there in the cloud. Yeah, man. What am I gonna do? What are we gonna do with this little call here? Oh man, what are we gonna do with you Negroes? This one short is what triggered this live stream. Just a short. And I can search and I can find other shit that's going on. Obviously, I just ran some news actually before we even get started. This has nothing to do with the FBA or kind of a black subject. I don't know, depending on if you've been to the church. Jimmy Swaggart just died. Jimmy Swaggart just passed. By the way, just put some ones up if you're in the building. If you're not, shout out to everybody in the clouds, people who are going to come in and everything. The people who are doing their drive-bys during the day where they're just getting it or they're part of the replay gang. That's cool too. All right. But yeah, the FBA is bullshit. FBA to me, and I'm learning. Well, I knew, but we can just say it with force now. FBA movement, we know it's a cult. We know that this is Sneaky Riki's little a bunch of silly followers. These people are a bunch of pick-me's. The women are pick-me's, the men, they're male groupies. We just got to say it like it is. Some of the things that are coming out of their mouth, some of the stances they've taken. And let me just make sure I got everything straight here. Hold on. All right. I'm in the process of putting together a studio, something like an airtight studio. I saw one on, what was it? No Jumper. When they first bought that building, they showed an airtight studio. I'm going to make something like that. But yeah, something where, because I'm hearing a lot of echoes when I'm trying to do videos. When I'm trying to do, I just heard too many echoes. I'm actually going to do the upload tomorrow of the Diddy trial, which isn't over. They're in deliberations, and yeah, we'll see what happened. But let's get into this. Jimmy Swaggart just passed at the age of 90. All right, some of you churchgoers, hold on. Sorry about that. All right. Yeah, let me read up on this, man. Let me read up on this. I think there's a couple people in there, but hold on. Let me read up. Jimmy Swaggart. Yeah, here it is. Controversial mega church pastor Jimmy Swaggart dies at 92 weeks after being rushed to the hospital. I didn't even hear about this. And Jimmy, I think I believe he might have been on that MAGA shit. I believe so, but let's read. Controversial televangelist Reverend Jimmy Swaggart has died at the age of 92 weeks after he was rushed to the hospital following a heart attack. The Louisiana native, whose multi-million-dollar industry was tarnished by his prostitution scandals. All right. Some of you who may remember that image of him crying, I have sinned against you, my Lord. That was like one of many prostitution scandals. And I said he was in critical condition since the 14th of this month, and he went into cardiac arrest. The ministry spokesperson, Megan Kelly, confirmed his death by a statement. The cause wasn't immediately shared, but they said he's been in poor health, and says, today our hearts are heavy with as we share that Brother Swaggart has finished his earthly race and has entered into the presence of his Savior, Jesus Christ. Are you sure? Are you sure? Today was a day he has sung about for decades, where he met his beloved Savior and entered the portals of glory. At the same time, we rejoice knowing that we will see him again one day. The outspoken Pentecostal preacher, best known, one of the best known televangelists, began his television ministry in 1975 after having a radio show in a magazine. By 1983, there were more than 250 TV stations carrying his program. He's also the founder of Jimmy Swaggart Ministries, which was worth I didn't know this, $142 million in 1986, and started the Jimmy Swaggart Bible College. In addition to his television appearances and in-person ministry, he authored approximately 50 Christian books and earned a Grammy nomination for his music. That's what I want to touch on for just a second. Listen, aside from him being televangelist, all right, smooth talker, I'm going to tell you something about Jimmy Swaggart. This man was insanely talented. Insanely talented. I'm talking like blue-eyed soul singer talented. And his cousin, Jerry Lewis, as you know, Great Balls of Fire. But I'm gonna tell you something, because I grew up in the church. My mother loved him. But this guy was one of the most soulful, just singers and music. He made his own music. This dude was as soulful a white boy as you'll ever find. And obviously, it means Louisiana, a lot of blues down there. Obviously, we know where he got his where he was sniffing around and biting the talent. But let me tell you, aside from all of that other stuff, this dude was mega talented. Mega talented. You listen to this, I'm telling you, mega talented as far as music is concerned. So, he's out of here. I think his son had taken over. His son is pulls the dramatics with his audience as well, cries during his sermons and all that other stuff. Yeah, but that's the one thing I remember about dude, aside from all the other stuff and the scandals. This dude was just insanely musically talented. Just Listen to some of his videos, just how he plays and everything. He just got it. He just got the shit down. You know. But yeah, he's loved. He like prostitutes. What do you want? And Jesus saved him from everything, but the streetwalkers. You know what I mean? But yeah, Jerry Lee Lewis and Mickey Gilley, they were his cousins. Yeah, well, like I said, this dude was just insanely talented. Let's get right into it, man, because the FBA people, I saw this right here, and we'll get into some other people as well that I had to run in, that I didn't run into them personally, but you just wonder. I really wonder. And I'm going to prove as well, because people think that these people are just bots. Folks, these aren't bots. These are real people. This is a real thing online. These aren't bots. Let's get right into it. And I'm not even going to play her shit. I'm just going to, but before we even do that, let me show y'all something. Let me show you FBA people something, because Juneteenth just passed, and you think that these fools would educate their minions on Juneteenth and say, this is what happened. This is a reminder of what happened during the day. Instead, these fools, and let me just point out one of the buffoons that we got to deal with here, and it's this guy. Where's it at? And I'm just going to prove this. This has nothing to do with reparations. This is a whole grift. This shit is a whole grift. Where are we at? Image style, no video, slide. Hold on. Where am I going here? Yeah, here it is. What am I doing? You know what? One sec here. I'm gonna actually have to get this out of my browser. Shoot. Give me a sec here. Give me a sec. I wanted to get this. I thought I can just that I can get Microsoft Word, that they shared Microsoft Word. Unfortunately, they don't. I got to get this crap out of my browser. So hold on. Let me see if I'm able to do that. Nah. Damn it. Hold on. All right. Okay, so let me go ahead and open this up in this one up in the browser, unfortunately. But yeah. This is one of the buffoons that I tried to engage with, but obviously they're not into engagement. And this buffoon right here, this guy, all right? The light-skinned guy called Afro Elite, all right? I don't know what the fuck's elite about him, but as you can see, and let me try to blow this up a little bit. As you know, and I shared this in my community post. I'm going to do a video on this guy as well. Big ups to Cam James. Watch that man's video. He absolutely takes down Tariq. And what's funny, Tariq didn't answer him. Instead, he gets his water boy to do it. All right. And we'll get into that in a second. But here I am in the chat, because he calls this guy a tether, and the guy made it clear that he is an American. Made it clear he's a Black American. But instead, listen, you got to keep the grift going. So he calls him, he does the video, and he calls him a tether. And I tell him, listen, he's not a tether. He made it very clear at the beginning of the video and throughout the video. So what does he do because I make this statement? This is what he does. You've been placed on a timeout by the owner of this video or a moderator. You see, all this is just a silly little call. Just a silly little call. And they're calling him names, saying he looks like R. Kelly. Yeah, folks, this whole thing is a grift. These people are real people. How real are they? Let me find another person. Empress Celeste. Let's find another one. Hold on a second while I pull up yet another. Yeah. This is how. Okay. You know what? Yep. Let me actually go here and get the other one. I can get all three of them here. Okay. Let's go back here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. You think these people are bots? You think these people aren't real? This is how real these people are. All right. This is a chat. He does like 3-hour chats, but just listen to this, what this person has to say. I forget the money, whatever, but this just proves this is nothing more than a grift. Tethers say that they shouldn't have to pay because they weren't slave owners. And oh my God. No, you're not. If Tethers didn't enslave you, why should they pay? And you know who the Tethers are. They're black people. How in the F you want our country benefits, but not its debts? You're saying that to black people. You don't say it to Israelis. You don't say it to Arabs. You don't say it to Irish. You're talking to black people. Said they're entitled users. But here's another one. Again, these are real people. Is it me or are the Tethers? And just back up a second. What is a tether? Notice these people haven't given a name or definition for tether, which is another name for nigger. Let's just keep it a buck. But it said, is it me or are the Tethers worse than it's WSATP? So is it worse than the white supremacists at this point? That's what she said. Is it me? This woman, this is one of the people that showed her face just to let the world know how ignorant she is. Is it me or are the Tethers worse than the white supremacists at this point? How? How? Oh my God. How is that? What have they done to gentrify you? What have they done to oppress you? What have they done? Is it me or the how? But this fool right here, and again, go listen to Cam James and his takedown of Sneaky Reeky. This guy right here, big ups to him. Tethers assemble against this again, guys. This is clearly a cult and a grift. This guy right here is a Black American. This guy right here, he simply invited him on as a guest. Most everybody he spoke to, they were all Black American. This guy just happened to be the foreigner, but he had an opinion. Did he say all Black Americans should? Why would this Black American? They were calling this guy a tether after he told you like 8 times in the beginning of the video. Just to show you how buffoonish these guys are. Hold on a second. Let me go to my, I got to go to my post here. And anyone who's come in, thank you for coming in. Shout out to y'all. Oh my God. This is tiring. I haven't even gotten to the main one yet. Let's just go and look at this. Look at this. Let's go down a bit. Go down. Go down. I didn't know this, by the way. This was kind of surprising to me. Yeah, they're not even. None of them bringing this up. These people are going after black people who are birthright citizens. They're not even talking about this. Let's go down. Let's go down. Oh yeah, this right here. Big ups to this person right here. East Point made me. Boyce Watkins' daughter married a white man. Yeah, I don't think Boyce is a piece of shit, but he can't control that. Teresa's wife is half white and half Asian. He can control that. Lord Jamal's dad is Guyanese. But this idiot is claiming FBA. And of course, Sloppy Joe Brown, his first ex-wife is white. I didn't know that his ex-wife was white, right? Born in the UK. I didn't know all that. His second wife is biracial. Hell, Sloppy Joe got admixture him too, so whatever. But like, come on, guys. But let's just go down. I mean, this is, did I get that comment here? Let's see. Just want to see if I got that comment. If not, I know it must be in the next one. Phil Scott. No, I didn't forget Phil Scott. I know him. Actually, this picture right here, this is Phil Scott actually said this. He literally said this during the election. Speaking of him. All right. Well, let's get back to this right here. Therese been hustling our people for years with the FBA. But no, so this is the next one. It's the other one, actually. Not this. Let me go back. I go back on this. Damn it. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's go down. Down. This. It's the one that got the most hits here. All right. Now. Us FBA aren't going anywhere. Just sit back and enjoy the show. FBA or this guy right here. This is a weirdo right here. This guy. FBA quick stand. Just total weirdo. Let's see. Side note, when you used to call, this guy would disagree. I always thought he was I didn't read this. This just shows after a while, if you got a brain, you'll figure it out. It's talking about Umar. Side note, when I used to call when you used to call Dr. Umar a scammer, I would disagree. I always thought he was disillusional and incompetent. But nah, that nigga's a scammer. That fake, convenient vandalism of the school sealed the deal. Okay, people, they're understanding. And big ups to Lennon. Lennon is actually going in on Umar today. Got no problem with that. But yeah, like we're telling you dudes, told you all this like 5 years ago. Thanks for coming around. All right. Nobody can make that much of a mess without getting very dirty themselves. Who is that invested to damage the school when they leave the building looking like a dirty bum at risk of, come on now. And by the way, let me just go back to this because I did post this as well. I didn't find the post yet. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna find it. I think it's in that anyways. But yeah, look at this. The breakfast. He's gonna be on the Breakfast Club, folks. Guess when? When's he gonna be in the Breakfast Club? In the next couple of weeks, sometime. But come on, guys. This is what, the 9th time he's on the Breakfast Club. You know they're gonna ask him about the school, and then he'll say, "Oh, the school was vandalized," so conveniently, like weeks before he gets on the Breakfast Club. Come on, guys. Like, come on. And Charlemagne's not even gonna. It's this sickening, man. Sickening. Absolutely sickening. Absolutely sickening. Anyways, yeah, fuck the Breakfast Club. Let's see. But there's something in here that I wanted to That someone in there, okay, this is another weirdo who comes on, and us FBA ain't going nowhere. Just sit back and enjoy the show, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Yep. Shout out to De La Crapa. She's really talented. She's talented. She's good. She's good. FBA all day. Shout out to the FBA movement. What is he also bleaching? Let's go down. Yeah. Big ups to this guy. Oh, yeah, here we go. I think it's in this. I believe it's in this. He's an FBA agent trying to make Tariq Smith leader of FBA. Okay. See this right here? This is one of the buffoons. Trying to make Tariq some kind of leader of FBA, which is a lineage. It's not going to work. You clowns are mad because we're not doing anyone else's work. You don't do any work. The fuck you talking about? You do no work. Here's one that grabs me. This is some other stupid shit that I hear. It's 45 million foundational Black Americans. Folks, found this term has only been around for a couple of years. All right. People have been saying that there's been 40 millions of us. Go listen to any Malcolm X speech. So if there's 40 million back then and you're delineating, how are there still 40 million? I told you, these people are fools. Man. Vids is going in on them. You just a nigga that want to be a part of something. FBA will fail because in its core, it's burst out of effery, ignorance, and hate. Self-hatred, by the way. You go against your cult leader for the smallest disagreement and your FBA-ness will be in question. So correct. Shaking my head, you Negroes are a joke. Go back to calling people Tether and tune in on Sunday to your cult leader to give you further instruction. Facts. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Where is it out? We never ourselves and our ancestors. You don't even know who your ancestors are, bro. Oh, brother. I tell you, man. Yeah, but this is the buffoonery of the FBA movement, man. This is the buffoonery of the FBA movement. Let's go down. All right. This Cam James right here. Okay. Listen to this list right here. This was the one I'm looking for. He couldn't go through the first 9 minutes of his video without lying. And I asked, what is he? This is another one, FBA independent. FBA independent. So let's get into it, fam. Let's get into it. These people, this is what got me so pissed off. Let's get into it. And by the way, I won't even get into that yet. Let's go down. Dr. Umar responds to it. Oh, and this is the thing. You keep inviting this guy on your platform just for clicks, just for views. And the fact is, if you're not around, or if he's not around, if you can't get anyone on, who watches your shit? Like, come on, bro. Seriously. By the way, oh, look at this. Yeah, this is, I got nothing to say here. Big ups to Janice House got raided. F that dude. Fuck him. That's D. Durrell. That's another guy. This was one of the, Janice House was quote unquote owned by this Umar lapdog by the name of D. Durrell. And from what I understand, the feds raided his house. Everybody who followed Umar turned to be a bum. Everybody. Everybody who followed and ran with Umar and carried water for him turned out to be a bum. And he's just another casualty. So let's see. I want to go to history. This one right here, folks. All right. I'm not going to play her. What I'm going to do, let me stop sharing, all right? Nope. Nah. Nah, I'm not gonna play you, miss. All right? I'm gonna play you another way. But this weirdo right here, I want you to listen to this one. Let's share the screen. Oh, before I even do that, let me do this. Hold on, y'all. Yeah. Nope. Virtual background. General. This is fine. Okay. Settings. Actually, hold on. Damn it. Audio. Background, general. Not this. Nope. No. Damn it. Should have practiced this before I got on here. Doors, virtual background. None. Let's see. Oh, I do it. Hold on a second. I'm tripping out. And I just do this. I'm tripping out. My bad, folks. Give me a minute. General. But here. All right. This is what I'm doing. There we go. All right. So let's go over here. All right. And we're going to listen to this weirdo. All right. Not going to play her video. You're just going to see her face. She calls herself FBA Aisha. This is what this woman calls herself. So let's go ahead and play the video. And yeah. Let's go. And we're just going to stop it. It's just a short.
Perfect.
Hold on.
So today is Sweet Nishi's birthday. I wanted to make a video about that because he's hands down one of my favorite people.
Okay.
He's funny, he's educated, he's a historian. He speaks up for the...
Okay, see, we got to stop right there. All right? See, we got to stop right there. Actually, you're going to listen to the whole thing, and then we're going to break it down. Let's go.
Of slaves. And there's not a lot of people out there doing, speaking up specifically for the descendants of slaves. And it's needed because how can you argue with the fact that the descendants of slaves deserve reparations? Like, who's arguing with that and why? Many other people have received reparations for much less. And here we are, still here trying to survive this slow genocide, this slow drip that they're putting on our communities. And very few people are speaking out about it. There is a lot of hatred from some of the immigrant communities. And a lot of them literally voted for Trump, although it's kind of backfiring on them. And they literally voted for Trump because they thought they were voting against FBA, against the descendants of slaves. They thought it was just like a black and white issue against us in particular and specifically. And, like we always say, we don't wish hate on anyone, and we just want to be compensated for the suffering that we've endured in this country. And we want to be I would say respected and accepted, but we actually don't give a damn. But we want people to know that we don't deserve the hate, nor will we tolerate the hate that comes from immigrant communities, that comes from YT supremacist communities. And, that's what we're here for. I follow the FBA lineage and movement. It's not really a movement. There's not a leader. It's a lineage.
Oh.
And I follow all of them very closely, even when I don't agree with everything they say, because this is a very serious issue. And until America addresses this issue of reparations for the descendants of the enslaved in the United States, the natives, mostly natives, that were enslaved, this monstrosity will continue to unravel. Systemic racism is interwoven into every thread of this society, and you will watch every thread unravel one by one if they do not address the reparations issue that's owed to the descendants of the enslaved in the United States. Till you do right, Bob. So today is
I couldn't, as you can see, I couldn't even keep quiet through the whole thing. Like I said, FBAs, read the title, male groupies and pick-me's. I gave you some examples of some of the male groupies. This right here is the pick-me. And we're going to go through some of the lies that she brought up throughout this little short. All right, let's go. Let's go with it. Ready? And first of all, you can just go back here to the studio. Shout out to everyone that's come in. What's up, Mistress Monica? Everybody out in the clouds. Powell Bunyan, what's up to you? Yeah, we gotta, I tell you, man, these people are sad. It's disgusting. It really is disgusting, man. It is disgusting. It's disgusting. Let's just start with the first lie, because she started early and then she just went on off. And let's go. No. Let's go. Here it is.
Sweet Nishi's birthday. And I wanted to make a video about that because he's hands down one of my favorite people. He's funny. He's educated. He's a historian.
I gotta stop.
He speaks
no.
for the descendant.
Come on. First of all, this man's not a historian. He's a pseudo historian. Let's just get that out of the way. He said himself he's not educated. He's a high school dropout. All right. And if you're going to attack, if people are going to go after Jay Morrison for being a high school dropout, which he is, we're going to go after other of these street urchins out there giving advice about our history and they're giving pseudo, then you got to say the same about him. Hold on for 1 second, guys. Put some ones up if you can hear me, okay? For those who are here, just put some ones up if you can hear me, okay? Yeah, this is just some bullshit. This woman right here, this is bullshit. He's not educated, all right? He doesn't know history because, and you can just tell by the just very just scattered way that your whole FBA movement's about. But let's go on. Let's go on and listen to what this woman has to say. Let's go on.
So slaves. And there's not a lot of people out there doing, speaking up specifically for the descendants of slaves.
Let's go back.
So today is Tariq Nasheed's birthday. I wanted to make a video about that because he's hands down one of my favorite people. He's funny, he's educated, he's a historian. He speaks up for the descendants of slaves. And there's not a lot of people out there doing, speaking up specifically for the descendants of slaves. And
see, she's that again. Pick me vibes. She's lying through her teeth. Regardless of what you think about ADOs, right? And I don't fuck with them, but only because she's sitting down attacking. She's really Tariq Nasheed. Like Tariq got most of the talking points from her. He's just more savage with the shit. He's 100 times more savage and more direct with the slander and the xenophobia and just outright anti-blackness. But how can you say no one else is fighting against the descendants of slaves when the group that Tariq Nasheed literally infiltrated is American descendants of slaves? How do you say that shit? Everything they talk about, they're not putting out any puppets, they're not roasting. Actually, Yvette Cornell, to be fair, Yvette Cornell did a video last week, going after Trump, but educating about, she was making a correlation between Trump, because Trump had a soundbite. He said he cussed out while doing a press conference, something you never see any black person, all these black people who voted for Trump. Meanwhile, he did stuff that you could never do. You couldn't be the mayor and do that, or they'd have your head. He's a president, and he went straight up. He went full trailer park trash on the country. So she was breaking down. Look at how this guy acts. And she gave a history on the respectability politics that literally traps us to the point where we're so concerned about behavior. I spoke about that many times, this black behavior bullshit. But Tariq doesn't talk about that. How do you say this shit? Oh, he's the only person that's talking about the descendants of slaves. Yvette Cornell's group is the American descendants of slaves. She and Tone started that. And Tariq came in and infiltrated the shit. He was talking about reality shows and freaking, celebrity shit. A lot of the stuff that, to be fair, Tone and Yvette talk against the celebrity shit. They're cutting Diddy. Tariq Nasheed's out here trying to say free Diddy. The hell are you talking about? You saw that Tariq seduce your ass, and now you named your handle FBA. Yvette got a whole, he destroyed your reparations movement. That's what I'm saying. Like, these guys are like, what? Who are you fooling out here? He's the only one? Oh, listen to this fool again. Let's listen to this fool. Listen to this. Listen to this stupid shit.
He speaks up for the descendants of slaves, and there's not a lot of people out there doing, speaking up specifically for the descendants of slaves. And it's needed because how can you argue with the fact that the descendants of slaves deserve reparation?
Notice she keeps saying descendants of slaves. FBA, the group itself is not called ADOs. It's called FBA, Foundational Black Americans. And if you're a foundational, what is more cool to call yourself? A foundational Black American, that, i.e., you founded America, which is stupid, but foundational Black American or American descent, both terms are problematic, right? Nobody starts at slavery. Yvette likes to say, oh, well, we weren't king and we weren't all queens. And yeah, well, we weren't all slaves either. That's where you want to start? Give me a break with this. Someone was already doing this. You just like Tariq.
Who's arguing with that? Why? Many people have received.
What people are arguing with is the xenophobia. That's what they're arguing with. And you see it, and you're online, and you like the shit.
Reparations for much less. And here we are, still here, trying to survive this slow genocide, this slow drip that they're putting on our communities. And very few people are speaking.
This is what I always want to know. If this country has been, if you're a foundational Black American and you were here, because this is really some Black Indian, this is some Indian shit. All right. That's all this is. You think you were one of the Indians. If this is true that you were already here, how do they take control over you? And see, this is what I want to understand. Like, if you were always, like, if somebody runs up on you and like you're walking down the street, somebody puts a gun to your back and they rob you and hit you over the head, they got the drop on you, right? You can't, okay, no, whatever. I mean, no one wants to get caught lacking like that, but look, you got someone caught the drop on you. But if you invite someone in your house and they little by little steal everything to the point that they own it, somebody comes in and they take over your family and they throw you out of the house, what narrative is better? You getting carjacked or you taking someone home and somebody throws you out of the car and they take your car away from you? Which is a better narrative? The shit makes no sense, bro. None.
There is a lot of hatred from some of the immigrant communities, and a lot of them literally voted for Trump.
Okay. Did you hear that? There's a lot of hatred from the immigrant communities, very vague about that, and a lot of them voted for Trump. Miss, have you not been, let's stop there. We're going to go, I'm going to leave this on hold and we're going to go to another FBA weirdo. All right, let's stop here and shout out to everybody who's come through. All right. No sound. Wait, what? Can you guys hear me? You guys can't hear? Put ones up if you can hear me. You can't hear? Hold on a second. Okay, so you guys can hear. Okay, you guys can hear. All right, let's go to this other before. Like I told y'all, Juneteenth just passed. You had some of these fools going after Black immigrants and saying they can't. I saw non-Black Americans, people from the Caribbean, people from Africa, happy June 15th, and you had these just buffoonish FBA saying, we don't want y'all in our month, don't infiltrate our shit, blah, blah, blah. This guy right here, remember this guy I just showed you, this idiot. Wait, let me, my bad. This fool right here, this, this Afro, this fool, this idiot, right? Did a whole stream attacking Black immigrants. Meanwhile, let's go back down to my timeline here, all right? Meanwhile, on that very day, matter of fact, let me go back here. Let's go back here. We'll go back to this weirdo in a second. I mean, all these people, I don't know, bro. Meanwhile, on June 15th, on Juneteenth, what does Trump say? Let's go back. Let's go down. You're attacking black immigrants on June 15th, on Juneteenth, excuse me. And what's Trump saying? Look at this. The guy you voted in. Too many non-working holidays in America is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all those businesses closed. The workers don't want it either. Soon we'll end having a holiday for everyone's working day of the year. It must change. We have to make America great again. Oh my God. So you're attacking immigrants who are sitting there saying big ups to Juneteenth, and this guy comes in with the mallet and says, fuck your holiday. Don't you niggas got enough days off? And he's talking about getting rid of it. You don't think this is a big, and by the way, you know what, let's go to Twitter. Let me just be careful with Twitter, because again, I tell you, Twitter's a sewer, right? Hold on, let me stop sharing. You gotta be careful with Twitter, bro. You gotta be careful. Give me a sec here. Juneteenth. There was a recent Juneteenth, but basically this one dude who's been given Tariq work online talking about Juneteenth. But guys, everybody, you mean to tell me you're not even going to go after that? You think you'd rather go after black? Let me go back to this here. Let me go back to where is it at? What is this clown ass motherfucker? I can't even call it black. Be honest with you. Anchor baby, Tethers assemble, blah blah blah. It's ridiculous, man. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah. Why are you going after what I showed you what Trump said? What are you doing going after? Look at this. Look at this shit. These guys are buffoons. But let's talk about another one of Tariq's lieutenants. All right. Let's talk about another one of Sneaky Ricky's lieutenants before we get back to that woman. Fuck. Hold on a second. Hold on. Okay. All right. Let's go down. Tell you, man. I mean, we're in trouble, bro. Some of us are just in some trouble. Look at this. So this is one another. And again, do not, when you are on Twitter, do not hashtag Black Alpha. Make sure if you're looking for this fool, maybe this was designed that way, but don't. All right. So if you watch basketball, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they won the championship. Very boring team, by the way. I'm gonna get into that in a second because there is an issue in the NBA you think the FBAs will be talking about. All right. But okay, this dude right, I think it's Dort. He's on the Oklahoma City Thunder. And this fool is attacking him because Dort happens to, his family's from Haiti. A lot of people from the Caribbean, they have migrated to Canada and the US. So he's in Canada, his family's from Haiti, and he's just bigging up his Haitian heritage. That's all. Didn't attack Black Americans, but look at what this jackass says. I wonder if he's still wearing that Haitian flag today, or did he put it back in the closet now that Donald Trump, look at who voted for Trump again? Did you hear what that lady said? Oh, well, a lot of these immigrants vote. Who voted for Trump? Who voted for Trump? Who voted for Trump? Fuck out of here. Look at this shit. Now that Trump cut off his people from TPS, tether protected, calling him a tether simply because he's big enough. He's not attacking Black Americans or nothing. It's a young man who's just bigging up his flag. That's it. So let's go down. Cut off tether protection. This is another clown. And said, did y'all know Haitians freed themselves from French colonial slavery before African slaves did? No, they don't know this. They don't care about that. They don't give a shit. Here's someone who asks a genuine question. Why do FBA ADOS people just hate on Black immigrants? Why indeed? Why not Irish? Why not Italians? Why not Germans? Why not, what are they called? The Romanians? Huh? Why not them? Why is it just mainly Jamaican and Haitians for the most part? And I think it's because they're the darkest of the bunch. But why indeed? Why disrespect them? And why are we against them? Are we against everyone that's not American? And she said she's just confused. Well, let's see what the answer is here. Look at this. Look at the simple question she asks these people. And look at what this fool, are you speaking French? Who is this we you speak of? Where's your, you see what I'm saying? I just shown you from that other light-skinned weirdo that these aren't bots. These are real people. You see this? And look at this. She's trying to be cordial. Why does everything have to be a debate on social media? It's exhausting. It's obvious the we that I'm referring to. I'm simply asking, why? What's your ideology? She doesn't understand. There is no ideology. Just trying to learn. No disrespect. If you don't feel like explaining, that's fine. Just scroll past. What's the reply then? Look at this. Tether nerd. And look at this. All against Black people. They want no allies and nowhere to go to beat it. Sad because 0% chance we're getting. No, they're not. You're not getting reparations. The richest slave owner in America was an FBA. Oh, shit. And so here's another idiot. FBA ADOS want all immigrants gone, full stop. But it becomes especially irritating when people represent whatever hellhole they escaped instead of the country community they're hosting them. It's very disrespectful. Man. Well, let's go back to this fool's post. Again, you got to be careful with this Black alpha. Hold on, let's go down. I got to be careful here. They fly their flags but won't get on the front lines to help their people. This is just disgusting, man. I hope he gets deported to Haiti so he can represent his flag over there. Look at this shit. Listen to this fool. But this dude probably makes more money in a week than they make in 5 years. But they're asking for him to get deported. FBAs hate on Black immigrants. I just said this. I just said this. He's accomplished more than all of you put together. Now, here's someone who's thinking and who knows who voted for who. Black Alpha Network, you declared you voted for the couch. You even called Blacks for Trump on being on the Republican plantation, but now you brag and beat your chest about Trump, the same man you said you never vote for. You see? You see what I'm saying? Man. Oh, what time to make Haiti great again. They've got 2 months to self-deport, round it up, blah, blah, blah. Haitian been hated since 1804. You know, 1804, what your leader spoke about? Huh? So, yeah, this is Black Alpha Network clown. But, and let me go back to this here. Hold on. I'm telling you, man. But let me finish with this lady. This lady's sick. This lady's a sick woman, man. Let me go back away from this Afro, whoever the fuck his name is. Go back. History. Okay. Hold on. Nope. All right. So let's listen to more what this fool has to say, shall we?
So today,
Nope. Let's go. Wait, I'm gonna check off this woman. This woman's a piece of shit. And mind you, I'm doing this because this woman cut off the content, the comments on this post. Because she knows she gets blamed. She cut off the comments on her post. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's go.
although it's kind of backfiring on them, and very few people are speaking out about it. There is a lot of hatred from some of the immigrant communities, and a lot of them literally voted for Trump.
I just showed you who voted for Trump. We just went through who voted for Trump. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Let's continue.
Although it's kind of backfiring on them, and they literally voted for Trump because they thought they were voting against FBA, against the descendants of.
Okay. If you know about ADOS, you wouldn't be using that ridiculous term FBA. But you notice she got to keep going back to FBA. She's a pick-me. So all you are, Miss, is a pick-me, whether you like it or not. You could have just stuck with you could have just stuck with ADOS. But you like Tariq. You like the man unit. You want to rub your fingers through that shit. You like the veneers, the Botox. Huh? That's why you switched to FBA. This ain't about reparations.
They thought it was just like a black and white issue against us in particular and specifically.
Well, like when was this? Especially now that you're bragging that Donald Trump is the birthright certificate. He did that for FBAs. Meanwhile, you don't have a single chapter. You don't even have a chapter. You're sitting there bigging up the Fuhrer, as it were, and you guys don't even have a chapter. And you're like, you know what it is? It's almost like the daddy that you've never seen. You're making up stories about this daddy that you've never seen. So you're like you're bigging up your mama's baby daddy that you never see. So you're making up stories about it. That's why you're saying this birthright thing. Oh, this was for FBAs. When did Trump, even if Trump ever uses that term, who said it's for you?
You know, like we always say, we don't wish hate on anyone. You know, and
did you not go through the post did you not listen to the post that I just read? With Black Alpha Network, BAN, aka bitch ass nigger. You didn't hear the post I just read?
We just want to be compensated for the suffering that we've endured in this country. And
have you brought that up to your white daddy Trump? To be fair, Cube did. You didn't. When did Tariq name the politician that your boy Tariq has been in front of? He got all this juice. He got all this clout. Name the politician. He's in California. One of the most popular, bunch of popular Democratic. Has he been around the governor? Has he seen Bass, his mayor, or Maxine Moore? Has he done that? He's got all this clout, all this popularity, but you don't see him around the major political shakers. Why?
To be, I would say respected and accepted, but we actually don't give a damn. But
Let's go back.
To be compensated for the suffering that we've endured in this country. And we want to be, I would say respected and accepted, but we actually don't give a damn. But
Right.
we want people to know that we don't deserve the hate.
Now, see, that's a lie right there. She says she doesn't give a damn if she's respected or protected or whatever. FBA is based on Samboism and coonery, right? That's a lie. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. All you want is, and so is ADOS for that matter.
Say, we don't wish hate on anyone, you know,
Bullshit.
and we just want to be compensated
Right.
for the suffering that we've endured in this country. And we want to be, I would say respected and accepted, but we actually don't give a damn. But we want people to know that we don't deserve the hate, nor will we tolerate the hate that comes from immigrant communities.
But you'll tolerate the hate that you get from white folks, though. Every other community. And you can't even please name specifically, because I can name the hatred that's come from white people with power. Name the immigrants from Caribbeans or Africans that have power. Name it.
From white supremacist communities. And, you know, that's what we're here for. I follow the FBA lineage and movement. It's not really a movement. There's not a leader. It's
lies,
a lineage.
lies. And just more lies. If like a lineage from when? When did this start? When did you even hear the term FBA? And again, descendants of slaves, notice that you don't even talk about that anymore. When there's a whole movement called American Descendants of Slaves, you don't even fuck with it anymore. And ask these people why you don't mess with ADOS. By the way, the two meatheads that I've just presented, the Afro Elite, the bitch ass thing, Black Alpha Network, they both trashed ADOS for their daddy. They can't even explain why they don't mess with ADOS anymore. Ridiculous. Just go back to the chat. What's up, digital logic? This just, I can't with this anymore. They can't even, they went after ADOS. Why? Just ridiculous. But let's hear more from this fool.
I follow all of them very closely, even when I don't agree.
In other words, she's getting indoctrinated by these dudes. That's all that is.
Everything they say, because this is a very serious issue. And until America addresses this issue of reparations for the descendants of the enslaved in the United States, the natives.
Wait. See, this is what, let's go back, folks. Listen to what this woman says.
This issue of reparations for the descendants of the enslaved in the United States, the natives,
and there you go, folks. That's really what this is about. Tariq Nasheed, the descendants of slaves, the natives, right? Not Africans. That's why I said these guys are fully broken Africans. The natives. Well, what it is, this is some Indian engine shit. That's all this is. That is it. This has nothing to do with Nothing to do with black with Africans who came here, who were scattered in the Caribbean and in Canada and in the US. Has nothing. This is about some Indian shit. You can just see by the way that this woman's dressed. Like, come on, man. Oh, you know what? I didn't even share. I wasn't even sharing the screen when I was talking about this. Wasn't even sharing the screen. My bad. Here we go. Right, let's listen to this again.
Because this is a very serious issue. And until America addresses this issue of reparations for the descendants of the enslaved in the United States, the natives, mostly natives that were enslaved, this
mostly natives that were enslaved, not Africans that came over here. Or that, let's keep moving.
Monstrosity will continue to unravel. Systemic racism is interwoven into every thread of this society, and you will watch every thread unravel one by one if they do not address the reparations issue that's owed to the descendants of the enslaved in the United States.
There you go. You're using that term. That's not FBA. See these guys, and when you look at some of these dudes, these weirdos, all right, some of them don't even know what to call themselves. They're FBA, well, freedmen. Well, no, they're ADOS. I mean, Black American. Well, they're Native American. You don't know. This is why when these politicians play with you with this reparations, why should they take you serious when you don't even know what to call yourself? They don't even know who to make the check out to. Sickening.
Do right by it. So today is Tariq Nasheed.
Until you do right, who are you? And she looks like she's on this Indian shit. Where are these FBA weirdos? And let me show you something, by the way. Let me show you something. You know what FBA should be talking about? Now, let me press this again. Right, just so that we know. Yeah. This is, oh, my bad. Back here, yeah. Nope, right here. Here we go. Let's get the avatar back up. Look, FBA people, you want to know what you should be talking about? I kind of like this woman right here. But you know what? She's kind of cool. I mean, listen to this. This is Ashley Neville. Right? She got some good takes. She got some good sports takes. She's cool. But you see this right here. I was thinking about this when it's after the NBA was finished. The season was over. And look at the guys and the people there. You got Ja Morant. You got Zion Williamson. You have God, what's his name from the fucking Minnesota Timberwolves? Damn, fuck, I forget his name. Obviously, you got LaMelo Ball, and you have freaking. Oh wait, I'm looking here. I think the Timber. Oh, okay. I'm looking at because they just got rid of Damian Lillard, and Damian Lillard is they're maybe talking about, which would be good actually. Anthony Edwards. Right now, the NBA got a problem. The NBA doesn't have a salesman. That's their problem right now. The NBA doesn't have a salesman. And the players that are in the NBA right now that they're like the faces of the league, they can't sell the league right now. What's his name? SGA, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has no charisma. His game is boring. His sidekick, J-Dub, Jalen Williams, he doesn't have any charisma. As good as he is. What's his name? The Joker. The Joker, as good as he is, he doesn't even want to be the face of the league. And this guy's boring, and he doesn't speak. He speaks English, but he doesn't speak clear English. And he's a big man. They don't have a salesman in the league right now. And the guys you're looking at there, Ja Morant, I mean, obviously he had his troubles in the past, but you know what? Now he can't stay healthy. Zion Williamson's trying to bang out every bubbled up, blowed up model. He's got, he's got like making baby mamas with a bunch of hoes, including porn stars. Right? LaMelo Ball, he's on a bad team. And of course, Anthony Edwards, as good as he is, he has charisma, but eventually his personal life's going to get out there. And these are all Black Americans. This is a full-blown NBA Black American problem, where you don't have a salesman in the league, and the ones who are, were Black Americans who could be the salesman, they don't qualify. They don't have, like Jordan, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, they were all married. They all had family. They had a certain image. These guys don't have that. So you think they'd be talking about something like this that was productive, but they don't want to do that. FBA doesn't even have a chapter. Think about that. This is a good, this right here, this is a good, this is a good subject right here. But they don't want to touch this stuff. She's right. Players they'll never be the face of the NBA. And she's right. And it's a legitimate subject, but they don't want to speak on these things. Not FBA, not ADOS. Yeah, man, pretty disgusting, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make I just gotta make a video on the diddler. All right, we'll see what happens with that. Listen, thanks for stopping by, y'all. It's been a while, but yeah, I had to. These people are just the FBA people. They're mentally ill, bro. They are mentally ill, and this is such a scam right now. And you can't tell these people anything. All they just pent up the hate to a fever pitch now. But they're so freaking dumb. Now that girl, Mouthy Megan, I talked about her a while back. This Puerto Rican chick, that she's now, all her lives are just toxicity towards any type of any Black foreigners. Let's this quickly about this woman. I don't care if you go over to her platform. This woman's crazy. This woman is crazy. Look at this shit. She's crazy. You see this? This woman's crazy. Hold on, I'm not gonna. Yeah, look at this. This old white woman probably. This is a sick woman. Look how long these videos are too. How long her lives are just from full toxicity. 5 hours, 4 hours. Huh? 11 hours going after Jamaicans. This woman is sick. She's sick. I locked horns with her before on Psycho's panel. She's a sick woman, man. I saw this other woman, what was her name? Some boule. This is a weirdo woman. These people are sick. But don't blame Trump on Caribbean. You voted him in. What are you talking about? So, listen, guys, I just, I'm gonna try to get. I'm glad I did this though, because I never did it. I wasn't doing this before because I was just getting tired. But now I think I can get back into it now. I have to speak on this, man. FBA people are sick people, and I can't. When this grift is over, I'm never forgetting what these guys have done. Tariq Nasheed, this was nothing more than a retirement plan for him. That's all it was. But listen, I'm glad you guys came through. All right. Thanks again. Hit the like button, hit the share, hit subscribe, hit the Cash App. Actually, I got to fix up my Cash App because I had to switch up my bank account a bit. But yeah, man. Thanks for coming through. Some of the people who I haven't seen in a while. Rakim, what's up? Info Man, what's going on? Tommy, so you know what? It's gotten to the point. I don't think Tommy Sotomayor is as bad as this, man. I don't think so, bro. I think these guys have actually gotten worse. Digital Logic, peace to you. Mistress Banjica, Troy Waters. Yeah. Oh, what is this, Troy? Oh, you got something to say, Troy, if you're still here? Huh? Yeah, you're a male groupie, homie. Male groupies or pick-me's. That's what y'all are. That's it. That's it. Nobody's jealous of anything, homie. Sorry, I didn't even get to see. Like, yeah, pick-me's and male groupies. That's it, bro. Maybe next time I'll have you come up. Pick-me's and male group. That's what the FBA is. That woman you just heard, she's a pick-me. That's all she is. And let me say this before I go. I cannot wait. I am waiting for Hidden Colors Part 6. I am waiting for that to come out. For supposedly stop the filming. I am just interested in seeing the lineup. Forget about I'm not going to go out and buy it I'm not going to go to no theater. I'm not going to see none of that shit. I just want to see the lineup. I know he has 19 keys in there, and of course Rizza Islam and other, Marcel Dixon's in there as well. Don't be shocked if you don't see Lord Jamar stick his head out in this shit. But yeah, I can't wait for Hidden Colors. And see who's in that, because really it just lets you know who not to fuck with. That's all it says. So yeah, man, thanks for coming through. All right, peace out, y'all. Until next time, hit the like, share, subscribe, and any comments, just leave your comments in the video as well. All right, and I'll get to you. You'll be showcased the next time around. Leave your comments if you have anything to say. And yeah, until next time, man, peace. I'm out of here.